First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27.
That'll hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Obama. Super one.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Jerome Baker.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
We go. Hey, count. 20.
Here's Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now a run here, trying for right, and it's intercepted.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
To throw, it's Williams. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Damone Clark from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is Williams. Looking for his running back, and he's got 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. You talk about this Lions defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
ETN bringing in another one. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go. Here's Williams. That's to his running back, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the
Line of scrimmage, the
15-yard
15. It's first and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down, ETN once more. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Travis Etienne, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now he'll give it up on the reverse. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. They're in a very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's good.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
We go, come on! 185, pop. Whirling, whirling! 12.
They'll run here with a rookie. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Hold on. Check.
Gone. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
20.
Here's Gone. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
We go. Like 20.
They'll fake the give. Now Gone. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Go.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. The point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. But
open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
Bears 7.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work.
Roma Dunze, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season...
And now it's blocked. The Lions pick it up. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say first quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Bad move. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now gone. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
to throw. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of
A very solid gain of 27.
That's good. For the Lions.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
180. What's that? Turbo.
Goff throwing again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Certainly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
ETN up the middle. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw is Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run with ETN. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. And I tell you what, partner, I think this guy's going to like running behind his new offensive line.
I agree with you, and you can never have enough good runners. They usually provide a nice little spark with their new team.
Williams looking to do it himself. That is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man. and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 28. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And they'll go again with ETN. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here's Williams. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with it. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the first down.
And he pushes forward and comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
A pickup of 2.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. ETN. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Value 3, value 3.
Goff now to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And this is now a one-point game.
Bears 20. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
76.
Now it's gone. That one let go deep for Laporta. And got his man complete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
To the air, Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's complete. Luther Burden. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That's good.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
To throw, Williams. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a first and 10 here. Another tote for ETN. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
First down, Chicago.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple. A handoff for ETN. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
First and goal, Chicago.
Working out of the gun, Williams. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Williams going to throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Bears 26, Lions 21. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they do offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
From the 31, here's second and 9. Play action. It's Goff. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Here's Goff. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
By
Dio Odengbo. In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Can't bring him down. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you score once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5. ETN once more. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 107 yards now for ETN, and he's got a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is Williams. And he is caught. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. Touchdown! Colston London, 32 yards. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Santos with the extra point. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Lions 21. Cairo Santos to kick off for
Now
Chicago.
after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shot. He's got a man, complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 79 yards. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Bears.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Got a man, and he hits it in stride. And they got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Williams. A pass complete to Adunze. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Williams now from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Colston Loveland, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears will add to their 4th quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, when they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter, this drive becomes very critical. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We're good.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
76. Super. What's that?
Goff. That's taken in. It's Isaac to Slaw. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaac to Slaw. 62 yards. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Lions 35.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. He this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go. Here's Williams. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
4 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Goff. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's Goff. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a first down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Go, 12, go. Ric Flair.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Tiger. 180.
Out of the gun, Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Complete to Isaac to Slaw. It's a pickup of 13.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
180.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Desperation time for Goff on fourth. This is caught. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Monungai. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
to third
Well, they went
down
back to him, but the
and
results
14.
were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Goff. Now he'll tuck this and run. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's 1st down.
Value three. Cut. 120. Hey, 76. 76.
Goff now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
Hold on. Check. 17. Value one.
One last throw here for Goff. This ball intercepted. And the Bears are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout.